reading between the lines, are you telling lawmakers that this is not going to be implemented the way they sent it to you? Are you going to change?
Well, I tried as best I could when people asked me about some of the proposals we've seen in the past. I said they were top-heavy. The response of the General Assembly was to make it even more top-heavy. You know, I think the people of Illinois agree with me that a proposal that is excessive when it comes to gambling is something that is not what the people want. And I'm for the people.
Are you willing to let, as my colleague pointed out, if you mandatorily veto that, it might not be called. Are you willing to say no to Mayor Emanuel in a Chicago casino if you cut out other parts of the bill?
I'm beholden to the people of Illinois, not to legislators, not to mayors. The people of our state, all 13 million, good and true, they're the ones who I get up in the morning every day and say, what's best for them? I know there's a lot of fast-talking people on many subjects. Might be trying to raise utility rates on consumers, and they have a proposal that sounds good if you say it fast, but when you look at the fine print, you see this isn't good for the public. So that's what my job is, to veto bad things and make sure we pass good things, like workmen's compensation reform. That's a good thing. It's going to save, you know, a lot of businesses in Illinois, many businesses pay more money every year in workers' compensation premiums than they pay in taxes. So if we can help lower their costs, we want to keep them employing people and growing their companies, and that's exactly what we did last night. There were some over there in that House that were trying to stop us, and they didn't stop us because the will of the people became the law of the land.
Governor, you've largely been out of public view for a good portion of the past couple of weeks, and I was curious if you could offer some specifics in case people were wondering what you were doing behind the scenes. What did you do to help push workers' comp through? What did you do to try to stop the casino? And what did you do personally on the comment bill? Maybe some examples of the things you've done.
On the work comp bill, it wasn't the last couple of weeks. We've been working on this all year long. I went to luncheons and sat down meeting after meeting. I do want to commend Mike McCraith, our Director of Insurance, who did just an outstanding job. What a great public servant. It's a loss to Illinois that he is moving to the federal government in a day or two. But I was with Mike last night, and job well done. And I worked with he and many, many more people on the workers' compensation reform. Sometimes you have to hold hands with legislators and answer questions and reassure their feelings. And I thought we had a very good dialogue on that process. I've made public speeches on this. Over the other day, I was just over at the Presidential Library of Abraham Lincoln, and we had a accountability session with folks here in the press. And I have spent a lot of time outside, but you know, when you're dealing with the legislature, sometimes you bring folks in your office and have good conversations about important bills. Now, I made it pretty clear with all the consumer reps and the environmental people that the Commonwealth Edison proposal to raise rates on ordinary people and allow all kinds of, I think, bad things to happen to consumers and businesses, I thought that's a bum bill. Don't vote for that. If you vote for it, I'm going to veto it. And so I've been following that since we started Citizen Utility Board in 1982. And so this is a subject close to my heart. We're not going to let our businesses in Illinois. I just talked to a major businessman yesterday. He said, boy, this would be terrible if that ComEd bill passed from our business. And the name of the company is called Walmart. And they were against it, and a lot of families who shop at Walmart are against it, and we want to make sure that we get fair shake.
When are you going to sign the good bills and veto the bad ones? When is this going to happen?
One question at a time, we'll get to
All right. Good bills and bad bills?
Yeah, when are you going to, what kind of timetable? I mean, that microscope's going to get a workout.
Well, we've done this a couple years in a row. It's you know, good to look at everything. You learn a lot in just reading the bills and reading the descriptions of what they're trying to do. And I look forward to signing good legislation and not signing things that are bad for the people.
So a month of study and then a big July?
No. We'll be, don't worry, we're going to be starting right away. I mean, some of them, let me just finish. Some of the bills have already arrived, and we have an excellent crew here, a good team. We believe in teamwork. I do want to emphasize the reason we passed education reform, and that's we, not one person. Everybody in, nobody left out on that bill, that education reform bill. That's a landmark bill, too. That'll make a difference for kids in Illinois for decades to come. But I did not follow what some other governors do, which is to kick teachers in the shin and keep them out and give them a hard time. No, we had everybody in. And I didn't listen to those who wanted to exclude those.
Governor, you listed your list of accomplishments, but when it comes to the budget, on the 367 that you purchased in a little bit, can you address that?
Well, I hate to propose the budget. I think it's a good budget for education, for health care, for human services, for public safety. You know, we had to fight a flood, 15-day siege in Illinois, in southern Illinois, and we had to deploy our entire state government to do that. Every agency was involved. We have to pay for that. And so our legislators, in some ways, I think, didn't do their job. They kicked bills into the next fiscal year. That's not cutting the budget. I think you got to invest in things that count, that matter for jobs and matter for families. Education is very, very important. And so we have work to do there. We aren't done.